had to ask is what exactly is involved with tool use and cognition? What's the interplay involved with it, and what exactly goes into it? Obviously, we took this class and we felt like there was more to simply swinging an axe than swinging an axe. We felt like there was something deeper to it. We found out that Matthew Crawford, had a similar thought in his book, Shop Class's Soulcraft. This book analyzes the interplay between someone who is in a think tank in Washington and how he can go to more content, more happy, more intellectually stimulated working for himself as a motorcycle repairer. He says that this was done on the idea that there isn't something more to physical labor than just dirt. Or at the very least, there's something exotic enough to make it appealing. This is seen again and again. There's more to dirt than chopping wood than just calluses. The manual trades are punctuated by moments of pleasure against a darker background. You can't see it, but that's the unfortunate side effect of the broad axe. If you lose your focus for a second, you can be, and even, so we had Crawford telling us there was something more to physical labor, and we had our own bodies telling us, yes, there's something more to physical labor, because we were failing miserably at something intellectually we thought we grasped. Missing a tree limb on a swing is one of them. So we from there went to Charles Keller and the interplay between physical action and intellectual thought, all the stages in between, and cognition involved in either. Keller said there was a mutual reciprocity between the two. Action influences knowledge, which then produces a better action, ultimately leading to net result. Keller himself explicitly states that the actions in which the human agent engages are functionally integrated in larger activity systems, in which knowledge is simultaneously a prerequisite and a consequence of action, and action is likewise a prerequisite and consequence of knowledge. With our pre-existing knowledge, we were able to have each swing be only as effective as our knowledge would give. But then, with each swing, we were able to understand more, know more, be able to appreciate the wood more, have better cuts, better angles, better everything. We developed what Harper said was the mechanic's feel, the physical touch of a underlying mental awareness. We had this awareness. It feels almost like Zen when it happens. Suddenly you know exactly where to cut, exactly how to cut, exactly how to hold the axe, even though you've never done this before, even though you've never experienced it before. It's liberating when these moments happen, and it's an enjoyable experience. Charles Keller looks into the various mechanical scholars. He says, without such knowledge, a mechanic fights materials rather than communicating, reading their messages. With wood, it's analogous. We can't fight it. We can't swing at it with a hammer and expect the same results as we get with a hatchet. We can't do that. Then we went to Heidegger. Heidegger is all about a tool starting present to hand. It starts as you're scientifically evaluating. Each swing is an experimental procedure where you're trying to get the best cut possible. At the beginning, it's very present to hand. It's very choppy. It's very, very coarse. And ultimately, you're able through trial and error, through all these attempts, to have a much cleaner understanding. The tool shifts from this presence to hand to what is referred to as ready to hand. It is referred to as, to use his terminology, the loss of conscious awareness of it becomes ready to hand, which is Zuhandenheit and Vorhandenheit in Britain. Then, unfortunately, as we all know, tools break. That is the unfortunate reality of all action. And then it forcibly jerks the tool from ready to hand to present to hand. It can't be anything more. It can't be experienced. It can't be used. It can only be this hunk of metal. Fortunately, tools can be fixed. They can be repaired, and once again become present, become ready to hand. They might not be as good as they once were, but it's still much better than nothing. With that tool, it's run the intellectual gambit from usable, not back to usable, and the development in between. Matthew Crawford in this book reminded us of the 21st century notion that we were going to become intellectual laborers, swimming, gliding across the sea of information where nothing physical ever happened. However, we've realized that there is something deeper to this, and we're able to look to Thoreau and how he built his house on Walden Pond and how it shaped his intellectual activity there and for the rest of